everyone. Gosh, I haven't done a video on my bike for ages. I think I felt like I just did as many as I needed to do ever, and then that was it. But actually it's now, the clocks have changed, so it's officially winter. I've got my winter gloves on and my snowboarding jacket, which does a good job. It's a good snowboard jacket, so it actually keeps the rain out. And I've got my extra light set up, which is connected to the same light circuit. So in my last video I think I put up, it just showed my eureka moment when I connected that to the main lights. So when you turn the lights on, so if I turn the lights off, that goes out, and then turn the lights on, that comes on. So then if I push that, I get the extra light. And that's what I wanted, because tonight I'm going to go home from work and it's going to be really dark. And although the big main light on here is absolutely perfect for a lot of urban stuff, well, all urban stuff, when you're actually down a pitch black bridleway, it's not enough. But having a super bright as well is too much. It's just like on a car or a motorbike, you need that extra bright fog light sort of thing going on, don't you? But it means I can just turn it off and on when I need it. That was the only reason I thought I was going to make a video, really. And now I've said that, I've run out of things to say. I had one person comment that I hadn't done a commute to work video. Oh, so I thought I'd better do one. Also, I'm filming it on my Hero 8, no, Hero 7. No, hang on a minute. Hero 7, it's the Hero 8 that's just come out, but I haven't bothered upgrading to. It's got slightly better, what's it called, where it smooths out the video. I've forgotten the word for that. But it crops quite a lot of the image. And for riding on bikes, it makes it a bit more cropped in. It's not as good, you can't see as much of the handlebars and the scenery. So the general consensus is, I started in a high gear there. The general consensus is kind of not to bother, because you'd end up using the same mode that you have on the Hero 7 anyway. And it's still 4K by 30. Oh no, you can do 4K by 60. Oh, I don't bother with 60 frames. Sometimes I do. Generally I don't. Gosh, it must be really cold because my bike's not going very fast. Needs a jump start. Unfortunately, cold weather affects batteries. And although my battery was indoors last night, oh still not that warm. Feels like I haven't ridden to work for ages. Oh, I know why, because I actually drove to work Sunday, because I was meant to be going on the water, but it didn't happen. So I haven't ridden for 3 days. I do turn my light off a lot of the time, even the big one, just, and I've got it aimed down quite a bit. I just think it's a bit much for people, isn't it? Hey, took the camera off. Yeah, have some view. You always get looked at funny when when you've got the camera up in the air and people just think, what is that guy doing? Not at the best view bit yet. I've actually got the M27, oh no, the A27 just here. You can see it up in front. Here's a good bit of view here. Stone Harbour, isn't it? At about mid-tide. So yeah, what I'm wearing in the winter is beanie underneath helmet, and then winter gloves. These are the Altura ones that this bit kind of reflects a lot of light. Snowboarding jacket, although I have got another jacket on order, the Endura MT500. It's a really good jacket. You're not really meant to go this way. This is a bit of footpath, but it's really good fun. It is when you have got a camera. I can't get it back in the slot. Oh, give up. Anyway, it is good fun around here when you've got both hands on the handlebars. Was that a bit of nostril cam loops? Yes, I wear boots as well, look, because they're waterproof. So if you go for a puddle and it splashes your feet, you don't get wet feet. Then all you got to do, then I've got my waterproof trousers on top of the bag, so if it starts to rain, I'll just throw them on, and it means I'm totally waterproof. So that's how I'm doing it in the winter. And I've got the light sorted, so I'm totally sorted now. I've got a massive chainring. Now running the 58 tooth and the 170mm cranks. That's all good. The bike is like the best it's going to be, I think, at the moment. Can't really do much else to it. Got the long fenders, it's all good. Right, might just go now. People are going to think I'm really weird. Helmet myself, I'll go along. Do you know what? That's not even on. Just worked out why the bike's going quite slow. It's because there's quite a strong headwind. That's why. You sort of forget that e-bikes are affected by the wind and the incline if you're going uphill, and people on it. It affects them quite a lot. Even so-called high-powered bikes still get affected quite a lot by that sort of thing. What I could talk about is other e-bikes. There's quite a few coming on the market. or have done recently. But the biggest thing that I'm seeing is that people are buying them and they don't have gears, because they're designed for countries like America where you can have a throttle, so you don't really need gears. The pedals are just there. I don't really know why the pedals are there. Maybe it's just more accessible for people, because I don't think you need pedals in America. I'm not sure actually. But then when these bikes come over here with no gears, and they're supposed to be 250 watts, well, like I said earlier, even if they're 750 or 500, it's still a relatively low powered machine, so you still got to pedal in circumstances. So that's why you need gears, and in my opinion that's why you need the longer cranks as well, and that's where the Unimoke wins, because it's got more clearance than a lot of bikes. So if you're somewhere sort of hilly or that sort of thing, that just makes a lot of sense. I'm not really meant to go down there. Again, it's a path. I'm meant to go this way. Someone with earphones on it. They can never hear you coming up. Even if I rang my bell, you would never hear it. I mean, it's pretty cool that there's a lot of e-bikes coming on the market, and there is a lot of people buying into the whole idea now. Oh. And it'd be great to see less cars on the road, because I for one can definitely smell them, and I don't like it, although I do still drive a diesel van sometimes, but at least I don't drive it all the time. Well, I hardly drive it at all. I'm guessing you can either listen to me ramble on, or you could just turn the volume down and watch me ride to work. Although the whole point of this video was going to be about the lights, and then showing a bit of footage coming home later in the pitch black. It's actually quite exciting coming back in a pitch black. I just love the fact that you've got an e-bike that's got one battery and everything works, which funny enough brings me on to my next point about all these e-bikes that are coming out, because now there are some coming out that basically look like mopeds, which is cool. Full suspension, like step through frame, hydraulic brakes, high and low beam front lights, which is something I've been talking about, which is the way forward, so that's good. But then they're getting like indicators on them. My point being, I do get people looking at me and saying the odd thing, thinking that I'm on a motorbike. And then these electric bikes that are coming out are really going to look like motorbikes. And I don't know, it's probably not going to be too good for public relations, is it? I think a lot of people are going to be wondering what the hell people are on, but I suppose times are changing and people need to get used to that. You've got electric skateboards, electric scooters. On it. She liked me. She didn't even say hello. I said hello. The thing is, this is a bit of cycle path, as you can see. So if I'm coming at you at 15 miles an hour, you know, that's what happens. I do normally ring my bell a bit more, actually. It's because I'm busy chatting. So yeah, you've got all these new bikes coming out that are going to sort of look like motorbikes and have turn signals, which is safer for people, for everyone. But I don't know why, I just worry about pedestrians. I don't know, thinking that people with motorbikes, I don't know, that shouldn't be a worry at all, should it? It should be more about safety and the environment, and people having fun out in the open. Anyway. It is really quite windy. Yeah, really quite strong headwind I had earlier. That's why I was going so slow. This bit's a bit downhill. The top speed on this is still 44.5 miles an hour. I haven't managed to beat that. And it was pretty scary when I did it. One of the reasons is because I had fairly worn tyres at the time, which is probably why it went so fast, because they were like slicks. Ding ding. Wow. Is really dirty, it really needs cleaning. It's turned into a complete workhorse at the moment. It needs a bit more TLC. Although ironically, when you use a bike a hell of a lot, you should give it more TLC. Because if I was without it, it would be really annoying and depressing. And unfortunately, there are quite a few cases where people have had their bikes stolen, probably because not even because they even know what the bike is, but I don't know, people just steal anything, don't they? But unfortunately the latest one that got stolen was locked up with a really good lock, but it was locked around a metal stair rod, like a banister rail, and apparently they cut through that, so they didn't bother cut through the lock, they cut through the stair rails. That was easier. I don't know. Oh. It almost doesn't matter what you do. If someone wants to steal your bike, they'll steal it. There's not many people around today. Maybe it's because it's freezing. The puddles have got a bit smaller. It's been so wet for days. Funny. No, it's not too bad today. Because I don't film in the rain, do I? No, because it looks rubbish, yes. People should comment if they actually like these long videos. I suppose you can always turn off and skip through it, can't you? It's quite a lot of effort editing stuff. It's actually quite a lot of effort getting your camera out and getting it all ready and set up. I actually broke the bit off the bottom of this GoPro. But luckily it's still good enough for on a bike. I think I broke it kite surfing. I did it up so tight to stop it moving, and it just cracked one of the little legs. Funny thing is, on the new GoPro, wow, the legs are attached to the GoPro, so God knows what happens if that breaks. You're pretty stuck. At least on this Hero 7 you can just replace the housing bit, which is what I'll have to do if I'm going to use it somewhere where I don't want to lose it. So I'm going to be coming all the way down here later in the pitch black with my new lights. Not new at all, it's just a tap. I've always had this one. It's just been separate with its own battery, which I used to take off every single time and put it on every single time, because you don't want to leave it outside. Someone might either nick it or or get cold. Yeah. Oh, some people up ahead. Slow down a bit. Ding the bell. It's a tiny dog. Thank you. Okay, thanks. At least he actually said thank you. But you do get, unfortunately, a lot of dog walkers, and they think they own the bridle way. That's just what it seems like to me. But this is a bridle way. You could have horses galloping up here at 20 miles an hour. And I'm sure a horse would do a lot more damage to a dog than me with a human brain. I was trying to do some more reviews on more fat e-bikes. There is a local company near me, sort of, that's in Bournemouth or Poole area, called Cinch Go, and they look really cool. They're based on the Mario bikes, but they're branded with their own logos and stuff, and they look pretty nice. But the other thing I'm noticing, I was talking about the gears on things earlier on bikes, but they don't have the peg fitments and they don't have the long seat. The Unimoke is still the only bike I've seen that you can put multiple passengers on, like really proper multiple passengers with their own seat, their own pegs. So like I said, it is good that you've got these companies and they look really good. But I suppose it depends what you want, doesn't it? I mean, I do drop the kids off at school on this. Of course, yeah, 4 years ago, I wasn't doing that. Although these bikes didn't exist 4 years ago. Well, they sort of did, but battery technology was rubbish and you didn't have the range and all that. So yeah, times are changing and it's good. Feels like it's raining a little bit, so because I've stashed my waterproof trousers, which I just do every day now, I could just chuck them on, but I'm so nearly at work. It's kind of not worth it. Looks busy up here. It's definitely raining a bit. Definitely raining a bit. Hey. Some days it really annoys me having dogs just get in your way. I don't know, the people were kind of nice about it, so it didn't annoy me, but it's when the owners just get really angry. I don't know, maybe sometimes they're just having a bad day, but some of the faces on some of the dog owners, some of the time, just look like they want to kill you. I've probably filled my SD card now. I'm probably hardly going to be able to film anything going home. What I'll do is I'll just film a bit of it going home, just to show people what it's like in the dark. So let's just turn off now. This bit looks boring. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. Hey, I'm in the dark bit. I might do my coat up actually. I can aim this up a little bit. It's a bit dodgy, isn't it? I was just playing with the angle of the front light, but that's kind of it really, otherwise you're just going to blind people. So that's it with nothing. There's that, my main light, and then there's the super bright light. Woo! And if you can't see that on video, then that's just crazy. So there you go, that's just with the normal light. And then some super bright. Now I just got to try not to crash. Is anyone bored yet? Anyone actually still watching? I think I'm just going to film snippets of this because it's just going to get so boring otherwise. In theory I won't see anyone though, will I? Who walks their dog at this time of night? This is a gnarly bit, corners, isn't it? Because I haven't got a full flood. Well, I could put a light on my helmet and then I could aim it a bit. Problem is, you just blind people, do you? That's the problem. Yeah. There's a car. So much going on. Wow. This bit's downhill and very dark. Ready. Whee! That was well gnarly. I turned everything off at once. Let's not do that again. Corner. Forget how scary it is in the dark when you can't literally see where the corners are. That was well weird. It looked like it wasn't even moving, that guy. The reason I turned off both lights earlier is because it turns off the bright one. It's kind of easier than reaching down and pushing it 2 times. But when it's pitch black, everything goes pitch black. So if I do it now, it won't be too bad, look, you can still see. Although if there was a brick in the middle of the pavement, I would probably hit it and go flying. Oh, what am I using? Oh my word. There you go, that's the sort of fun-ish bit over. Oh, what's that? lovely, wasn't it? Don't normally ever see anyone on here. Head on the bridge. Oh my god, you've got to get your head so low going under there. Oh. And yeah, it is really slippery. And yeah, I'm sure I'm going to fall in one day. Slide off. God, tide came in high. Look, everything's all right. Whee!